Wow, here we go. Believe it or not, it's now the 9th of March. The 9th of March, and it's almost like a summer's day. Got that sun. It's quite early in the morning. It's about 9, half 9, something like that. But it's glorious. So I know the weather's going to go back down next week. The forecast is for sleet and that next week, but it's glorious today, Sunday, and so it's going to be first ride of the year out on the bike. And for various reasons, I'm going to take this one out, which is a Honda Solo, made in 2003. It's a factory retro custom, so made by Honda, based basically on a Honda Cub, Honda 50 Cub. It's a Honda 50 Cub engine, totally standard, but the frame, all the running gear is obviously completely custom. They had back in 2003, they had a subdivision that made sort of custom bits, a bit like Nissan, if you know your cars, the Nissan Figaro, little convertible thing that was made by the sort of offshoot, the custom part of the Nissan company, and this was made by the custom section of the Honda, and it's based on the nearest I can get it is like a 1950s Moto Guzzis. I've seen pictures. I don't know if I can insert one now. I'll see if I can in the video, give you an idea. It's sort of roughly that. So it looks like it's a hardtail, no rear suspension, but of course it does have monoshock rear suspension. This is pretty cool, I think, for the time. It's got these big like bicycle wheels. Obviously it's solo, it's single seat, and I absolutely love it. It's only 50cc, so it's a different vibe going out. We're not going to be sort of burning down the highway. The only trouble, and it's I love riding it. There's two problems I have. If you come to a big hill, go up a hill, it can't handle that because it's only 50. And on the flat downhill, wow, it's amazing. But you come to a big hill, of which there are quite a few in Derbyshire, then it's not great. And I do have to keep an eye on the traffic behind me because if it's busy on an A road, it starts piling up a bit. And the other thing is, this being a Honda 50, it doesn't have a clutch. Right? There's no clutch. It's clutchless gear change, which for most people is fantastic. For me, I actually struggle with it because I am so used to having a clutch and changing down as I approach a junction, gear by gear. If you do that on this, you just completely skid the back wheel. You're going along and then you change down to second. Because there's no clutch. It's weird. I really do have to think about it. It's the one bike that I really have to think about the gear change. And it's got this other weird thing that if you're in third and you come to a standstill, you put the gear down, it will automatically go straight into first. It won't go down to second and then first. If you're at a standstill, then you go down a gear, it will go into neutral straight, which is like clever. But again, I know it sounds weird, but I'm not used to it, and I struggle with it. So we'll see. There might be a few screechy moments out there. The other thing is Honda Solo. You probably never heard of it because it was only ever sold in Japan. Obviously, it was made in Japan, so Honda, but only ever sold in Japan. All the info. This is the one about the gear change and going straight into neutral from third. But all the info's in Japanese because it was only ever sold in Japan. I think it's all to do with the export tariffs and all that. They can only export so many. So it's just great. I don't know how many were made, not that many, and it was custom. You could order different colours and everything. This is the silver. I think this is the standard, and I think this is the best. You could have it all jazzy colours and all that, but I don't think it looks that good, to be honest. But I had to import this from Japan because they were never sold over here. And the other problem with that is that trying to insure this is a nightmare because you ring up the insurers, they go, what is it? Oh, yeah, let's have a look on the database. Oh, no, it's not on the database. Honda Solo? No. Oh, well, can you insure? No, I can't insure it. I said, well, it's like a moped. No, we haven't got it on the database. We won't insure it. So all my classic bikes and everything, this is the one that is actually the nightmare to insure, simply because people just won't insure it. Say, no, we don't know what it is. We're not insuring it. So things like that you have to take into account. Anyway, but it's a 50. I love it to bits. It's a different vibe. We're going to be it goes amazingly fast, as you will see on the video. But apart from up hills, but it's a different vibe. It's a bit slower, a bit less manic in some ways than being on the other bikes. I say in some ways because you do tend to be a bit of a full throttle all the time, so it can be a bit manic. You're hammering it. But it is amazing for a 50. It's an amazing, how fast it goes. It's incredible. Right. Anyway, I think that's enough. Let's get out there. Of course, I live in fear of damaging it, because trying to get cycle parts for it, completely impossible. The last part I bought, I had to get from Japan. Not even the specialist suppliers in UK had it. I just needed a bit for the headlight, where the bulb holder just broke inside the headlamp. Simple thing like that, but meant it wouldn't pass the MOT. So I had to order it from Japan. They were great. I actually bought it from the sort of Japanese eBay, believe it or not. And I thought, oh my God, this is going to be a nightmare. And they were fantastic. They wrote to me all the time. They said I'd actually filled a form in incorrectly. And they said, don't worry, we'll fill it in for you. And, and then I got about 5 emails telling me where it was and so on. And then, in 5 days, I think it arrived all the way from Japan. It's fantastic. Anyway, let's get out there. Let's enjoy this wonderful sunshine on this amazing spring morning.
This is the great big hill. It's the biggest hill. We've got to go up. It's a very long, steep hill. Let's hope we make it without being hassled by cars. Note also that the speedo is in kilometres an hour, and also that red light you keep seeing flashing, I don't know if you can see it on the video, that's a speed warning light. All Japanese bikes have them, even the big ones. It's to tell you that you're going over 30 miles an hour. Most bikes in the UK, Japanese, have that disconnected, which is often why you've got a spare warning light somewhere on your dash. But this being Japanese, it's still connected. Uh-oh, I've got a queue of cars behind me. Let's hope they don't buzz me too much. Luckily, it's really busy. So I've actually got to slow down. Uh-oh, there we go into second. Managed to do it without actually skidding the back wheel. Come on baby, nearly there. Come on baby. I think we've done it. We're nearly there. Not too bad. After this, it's a lot quieter. Gosh, it's a beautiful day. So lucky to be out here. Look at that though, it's just 9:30 and it's already parked up. That's because we're near Sheffield. The further away from Sheffield we get, the quieter it gets. But even then it's going to be busy today. I don't know if you can see the view much, but it's brilliant. It's a bit hazy today, but it's fantastic. up on that little bloody byway. It takes you right up onto the moors. I'm sure they love it. It's a bloody pain. There we have our view over the valley, which is great. And this road goes all the way down the valley. It goes up down this side, around the end, and then back up the other side. It's brilliant. I don't know whether the camera do it justice, because these GoPros, they're very good at like things that are quite near you but not good at views. Yeah, beautiful. And because we're on the moped, take it nice and slow, you can enjoy it a bit more. It's a different vibe to being out on the bikes. Also, it's incredibly light, the moped. It's very different. I don't know if the camera can get this. We're up the top now, on the ridge. We've got wonderful views all the way around us. It's great. And also this bit of the road is closed due to landslip, so you can only get by, well, no cars basically, bicycles, motorbikes, pedestrians. So you can see the road goes all the way along the ridge. Still a bit misty in the valleys and a bit windy up here, but still really nice. This is a lovely little avenue, all beech trees. I think they are. It's all beech trees. It's great. Taking us down into the village of Eam. It's spelt Eam, but it's pronounced Eam, the plague village. The inhabitants during the plague, they got the plague and they sealed the village off to stop the plague spreading. So they were like all sealed in together, all slowly getting the plague, and loads of them were killed, died. But they did it to save the plague from spreading. They were sealed off for about a year or even longer. Very brave of them. And then we're going to come up over the hill and we're going to have the whole valley in front of us. The whole high peak, White Peak Valley. I think it's called White Peak because it's all limestone, as opposed to the dark peak, which is all you know, black bog, pretty horrible. Kinder Scout and that, not recommended. Not in my book. I've been to these lovely valleys with all the dry stone walls and limestone. Oop, just coming over now. It's going to be a bit hazy, but I think we'll be able to see it a bit. As I say, these GoPro cameras don't do distance very well though. Here we are. Oh yeah, but I love it. I love it. Almost there for coffee and a bacon sandwich. Ooh, right, I've got my bacon sarnie ordered. Just have a look at some of the bikes. Believe it or not, there was a big log jam in the queue and I was right at the front and then it all stopped, didn't get served, and it turned out there was some bloke locked in the toilet and they had to stop serving and everything while they tried to get this bloke out of the toilet.
Would you believe it? There we go. Anyway. Tiger. Morning. Alright. Nice.
Thank you.
Which is at the XR? Yeah.
800.
800, right. I'm only vaguely familiar with the different models, but it's good. I think that's me. Cheers. Did you say Chris? Yeah. I've got it. You're on video now. Look, there's an angel bringing me a bacon and egg sandwich. Thank you very much. Well, I'm happy now. I've got my bacon and egg. Got my bacon and egg sarnie. Going to sit down and have a break. Yeah. So here we are. This is probably the busiest day of the year as far as I know. I've not seen it this busy ever. So we've got like the sort of, what do you call it, the little and large. Got a massive Harley. Oh, a little Honda Solo. It's cute. Enfields, BMWs. Honda, oh, is that classic style Honda? Yeah, it's the sort of the retro Honda. Sort of Harley lookalikes. Oh, crikey, I'm not going down them all. No, I can't see any old sort of British bikes here today. But as you can see, I mean, his bikes is probably as far as the eye can see today. And there we go. Right, I'm gonna. Oh, and there's the queue for the cafe. Ooh. Yeah, it's a bit of a killer. But anyway, gonna get back on the bike and tootle back, get myself sorted, and we'll head back. There's a mighty roar.
I know, I can't.
So rusty 50cc. You have to struggle with the power sometimes.
I'm sure you can take it easy.
Yeah. Whoa, yeah. Whoa. Yeah, it's a bit leery. See ya. Yeah, gears, yeah, good. Right. Better now. Just had some coffee and a sandwich. A nice bacon and egg sarnie, a lot of sunshine. And now we're just going to tootle back again. So good to be out again. First time probably since October. So what's that, probably about 5 months? Even 6 months. So good to get back out. Wow, there we are, back again. That was a great ride. It's a great ride. It's such a lovely bike, this. It's a lovely little bike. It's only 50cc. But, you know, I mean, unlike my other bikes, I can get on it, I ride it, and when I get back off this end, it looks exactly the same. There's no bits falling off or things need adjusting or changing or anything. I think the only it was great. The only downside is that Derbyshire is just getting so busy now. You know, before lockdown and that, it was okay. It wasn't too busy. I used to have the place to myself often. The better half going out. Better half, yeah. But since COVID, since lockdown, it's just got busier and busier and busier. And that was probably, certainly at Monash, that's the busiest I think I've ever known it. Ever. You know, even midsummer and that, you know. Of course, that's why I normally go out as early as I can. I was a bit late going out this morning. It was probably about 9:30 I went out. I normally go out about 8:30. But anyway, it's lovely to tootle around on the bike and just taking the back lanes and that. Oh, look at this noisy, these noisy people there. Look at that, posing with the hood down now. Yeah, posers. Anyway, we're back, and then yeah, hopefully I'll be out on my other bike soon. I'm just in the middle of servicing the Trident, and I'm just finishing the winter work on the matchless, which I'll come on to another time. And I wanted to go out on the matchless today, but it's just not quite ready. So rather than risk it, I went out on the Honda, and then I'll get the matchless totally sorted in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully ready for the next good bit of weather. Anyway, but that was great. I do love going out on the dear old Solo. It's a fun little bike to be out on. The only problem is, you know, it's really so slow up the hills. It's fine on the flat. It goes like a rocket downhill, but going uphill with my weight on it, it just bogs down. I could put a bigger engine in. You can just bolt a bigger, like a Chinese engine on. 125, you can get 75cc or, you know, up to 125. The problem is that, well, obviously it's slightly sort of dodgy, illegal, but they don't quite, you have to change all the electrics. They don't, like, it's not just like plug and play, it's slightly different. And of course, you know, this is a genuine Honda Solo when I sort of leave it like that, and I don't use it enough to warrant changing the engine over, to be honest. But I just would like a bit more oomph going up the hills if there was any, but there you go. Anyway, ride out finished, and I'm first one in 5 months, and I feel so much better for it.